YouTube isn't silly. This isn't just screaming into the void. What I am doing here is so much more personal than a diary. But it's a real question. In taking a strong position in favor of freedom of speech and sending love to a prominent neoconservative, Douglas Murray, why am I experiencing this level of fear? The first and most immediate response is just my own complex PTSD. I was not free to speak as a child, and so doing so now as a 40-year-old feels inherently dangerous, and it still might be. And this also brings to mind the fact that freedom of speech is never, or should never be, a left versus right issue. I know it will be. But Jesus, if we in the West can agree on anything, freedom of speech should be among our foundational issues. If we are going to fight over anything, let's fight over this. And I know we are, one way or another. Maybe let's not celebrate the call to death for entire populations of people, the gays, the Jews, but maybe even then freedom of speech is more important. Maybe freedom of speech really only loses its value in neglect and disuse, and only shines the brighter in its use. I am not gay, but I feel that I am an honorary one, maybe queer, God only knows, because I am not neatly or entirely straight, and put to the dick in the mouth test, I am most definitely not straight. I'm not Jewish or Ukrainian, but I actually feel more and more compelled to wear outward symbols of support with both peoples as a matter of moral integrity within my own soul. And these matters are waking me up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. The things you are willing to die for, the things that I am willing to die for. I'm not gay, Jewish, or conservative, but I'm literally lying awake at 4 a.m. in the morning because I have said things supporting each on YouTube, and I will continue to do so. It's a terrible thing to know what you are willing to die for, and an extraordinary liberation once you have introduced your own soul to itself. A bit more of an issue for those of us with extreme dissociation. It can be quite a shock at first. A bit more my experience. Also, I don't mean to compartmentalize myself because it's simply not true. If you're scared to death of Israeli airstrikes, my heart is with you. I don't want you to die. I feel and have felt your terror. And I don't know how to help. For those of us who believe we will survive the night, and even more for those of us who don't, I am here for you in opposition to totalitarianism in both cases. And what I have just said feels incredibly impotent. But it is what I have to offer, and I offer it now. as a form of freedom of speech, and I will offer it again. I don't know whether to say good night or good morning, because it's 6:15 a.m. where I am. I love you. I will be, oh, Jesus. So one of the other gifts of being in residential treatment for mental health primary issues is you realize that things like not being able to fucking talk is normal. My God. Some of my favorite people in the world are people who live through things that I lived through. And they were not able to talk, and because of the reality and sincerity of their experience, then I wasn't able to talk, and then I wasn't even really able to walk across the room to get a tissue. So there are a couple things that are true. I have been a mess. I am a mess. It's a miracle I'm alive, and goddamn motherfucker, I am strong. So with all my imperfection, I will keep showing up here on YouTube. Maybe others, but I will keep showing up. Imperfect, but fucking strong. And whether you agree with me or don't, if we don't use our voice, we're all fucked. We're all fucked. I'm doing what I can. Thank you, and I love you. Even if you hate me, and I mean that.